For the third game in a row, Arsenal have bottled it in the Barclays. Well, the Barclays, not even the Barclays, just the Premier League. The Premier League here between Arsenal and Southampton. Six-goal thriller. Six-goal thriller, you know what? For the game on the big screen, we weren't watching it. Well, we were watching it, but on the wee screen, I was more paying attention to Queen's Park and Ayr United, believe it or not. But in terms of this game, good game, you know, especially for the neutral. I think it's a weird one. For both sides, it's honestly almost an awful result. Obviously, more so for Arsenal, but I mean, you could look at it from a Southampton point of view. Like, for so long, it looked like Southampton were going to get 3 points, move themselves up to 19th, but they've actually ended up just staying 20th with the point. But we kick off the game. Ramsdale, awful ball to Alcaraz, who actually I thought man of the match, easily man of the match. And then he just finishes it. Even with the save, well, I said the save, the non-existent save, I thought Ramsdale could have done better here, folks. And, you know, I think Ramsdale's probably been the goalkeeper of the season in the Premier League, but he could have done better here. Arsenal, after don't really create anything clear-cut, but it comes from another mistake in midfield. Alcaraz, the guy, plays through Walcott, and so many times for Arsenal, Theo Walcott, done this similar run, this similar goal, and he goes and puts it in, and it's like Arsenal 2-0 down 14 minutes in. But for Arsenal's sake, it's better going down 2-0 down when, you know, there's only 15 minutes played, just 75 minutes to get it. And even at this point, yes, it was a collapse, right, but you still thought Arsenal had what it take to get the job done. And then step up, Saka whips a ball across, Martinelli hits it, first time volley into the back of the net. And those two were different gravy. I mean, they have been all season. But honestly, I think one of Arsenal's more overrated players this season has got to be Thomas Partey. I feel like everyone overhypes it. I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong. Thomas Partey's good, and he's been, you know, he's been a good part of what Arsenal have been doing over the last couple of seasons, bringing him in. But I think people hold him in too high a regard, because the day I thought he was fucking shocking. Like, him in the midfield felt non-existent. And against West Ham, we reviewed that game earlier this week as well. His arse went. That thing with Declan Rice, he just gave away a goal, man. I thought it was a bit shite for him. But we also had a header cleared off the line in the first half. We go into the second half though. It stays at 2-1. You just feel like, fuck, this game's a bit dead here. And then Southampton make it 3-1 with a header, just not cleared properly. Flick on into the back of the net after Bellacoccia gets his flick on, and then bang, Caliente Car into the back of the net, and it's 3-1. But you're asking yourself, where's Joe Aribo? Is Joe Aribo injured? He's been blacklisted. Where is he at this Southampton club? Who knows? And then for about 20 odd minutes, Arsenal fans are leaving the stadium, but then Odegaard cuts in on his left foot, buries it into the bottom left-hand corner. Lovely finish for Odegaard. And then Arsenal, Jesus with a brilliant bit of build-up play. I can't actually remember who gets the shot away, but forces a save. I think it might be Reece Nelson. Then Nketiah misses it, but then Saka swings at it, and it goes into the back of the net, 3 each, with 8 minutes to go. Arsenal, you're thinking Arsenal have won this, because the momentum is completely turned. And then we get a few penalty shouts, a few saves, a few attempts hitting the crossbar for like Trossard. And Jesus, again, crucial part of Arsenal, but he does lack the finish, and he does, like, at this late stage of the season, the Arsenal team, people saying, the bottle hasn't went. How's the bottle not went? They've fucking thrown it in the last 3 games here. And then Zinchenko doing a huddle at 2-0 down, 15 minutes in against bottom of the league Southampton. And Gary Neville's like, well, that isn't showing nerves. I don't know what is showing nerves. And you know what? I rarely agree with Gary Neville, but he's absolutely right. And I tell you what, folks, it sets up an absolutely gigantic match at the Etihad on Wednesday. Like, there's going to be a lot of hype going into that game for obvious reasons. But let's be real, Man City are walking it, man. They are going to absolutely destroy Arsenal. If Arsenal get a win or a draw, even though a draw is not good enough anymore because they need to win every game, because Man City, if they win, even Man City draw against Arsenal and win their 2 games in hand, they win the league. So I would be fucking shocked if this Arsenal team went to Man City and won. And it's not because they're not good enough, it's simply down to bottle. Because the last 3 games, the arses went. Even if they were 2-0 up at the Etihad, I would just think, fuck, they're just going to do what they did against Liverpool and West Ham. So, who knows, folks. But anyway, that is it for Fog Football. 2 games reviewed on a Friday night. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Back tomorrow, Saturday. That's when all the fitba happens. But aye, till then, peace.